Hi, just a quick alert from time that there's a letter doing the rounds, which is a really scary scam, supposedly from HMRC, and it really could catch people out. Thanks very much to Sajid Gufour, who spotted this and posted it on LinkedIn. One of his clients received it and they checked it out. So this is a scam letter. That's quite unusual because most of these scams are actually emails or texts. Sometimes they're even a phone call from HMRC saying we're going to prosecute you. Click here to avoid this call or to avoid someone coming to arrest you. This one's a letter, and if you respond to this letter, chances are your bank accounts will be cleared out, your identity may be cloned, and you may find loans taken out in your name. So really share this message to tell people don't touch this letter, or certainly don't react to it. Here's the letter. So it's a letter supposedly from HMRC. It really looks like a lot of letters I receive every day from HMRC. It's got the logo, the name, it's got individual tax compliant, all things look familiar, even a wee barcode. But what it's saying, and this is the really scary bit, it is saying we need you to verify your information, the government's recent initiative at verifying declared income. And if you want to respond to this letter, what you're giving these people is what they ask for. Your business bank account statements for the last 13 months, your business accounts, your VAT returns, a photo of your passport or driving license. Oh my goodness, this is identity theft at its most obvious. And yet, because it seems to come from HMRC, some people will believe it. These people only need a few people to fall for it, and they're doomed. Information is to be sent to an email address. Now, the email address isn't an HMRC email address, but someone reading this letter won't know that. The email address ends with hmrc-taxchecks.org. That is not a legitimate email address. And hopefully, by the time you read this or see this post, hopefully the authorities will have shut down the email address that forwards to, because that's not even that email address, but it forwards on to a Gmail address. So please make sure that everyone you know knows if they get this scary letter from HMRC, just ignore it. And if, my goodness, anyone has responded to it and sent any of their personal information to this email address, then contact the police. There's also a fraud helpline. And most importantly, contact your banks and tell them you may be the subject of a financial fraud. They can then freeze your accounts before they get cleared out. Because these people, if they get your information, they'll act quickly. And with that level of information, it's really scary what they can do, because they can not only access things like your bank accounts, etc., but they could even change your address. They could apply for loans in your name if they've got your photo ID, etc. So this is very important. Do not react to these letters, but do tell your friends, and particularly older people who might just react, oh my goodness, this is the government, I have to do something about this. Make sure nobody sends their information to these scammers. This is an unusual scam because it comes as a letter, but anything you get from HMRC that asks you to send personal information like bank statements, national insurance number, ID, work on the assumption it's probably fake and then check it out separately. Don't assume that a phone number in the letter is necessarily legitimate, but don't react to these things because so many of them look legit and are actually scams. But this is one of the worst I have seen in 30 years. Good luck.